Children may be young, but that doesn't mean they lack wisdom, courage, or the ability to act under pressure. Time and again, kids have amazed us with their quick thinking and calm presence in critical situations. One such heartwarming example is 5-year-old Savannah. Her intelligence, composure, and swift response during a medical emergency didn't just earn her praise, it saved her father's life. What began as an ordinary evening turned into a moment that proved just how powerful and perceptive young minds can be. But before we start, smash the like button, subscribe, and ring the notifications bell so you never miss our upcoming stories. 5-year-old Savannah from Hancock County, Indiana is being hailed a hero online after saving her father's life following an absolutely hilarious call to 911. The young lady noticed that her father was having trouble breathing, so immediately called for help. She was quickly connected with dispatcher Jason Bonham, who was there to help Savannah take care of her dad until help arrived. However, the resulting phone call shared between the two of them now ranks amongst the cutest things we've ever heard. One evening, Savannah was snuggled up on the sofa with her dad. It was late, but Savannah hadn't been able to fall asleep. Her mother was out of town on a business trip, and Savannah missed her terribly. To help soothe his daughter, he allowed Savannah to stay up late, but trouble was on the horizon. Savannah, although only 5, began to notice her dad was struggling to breathe. He soon wasn't able to speak and was clutching his chest. This frightened little Savannah, as would be expected in the situation. However, she is a smart kid, and her parents had taught her what to do in this situation. Knowing when to call 911 and understanding what to do in specific emergency situations can save both your life and the lives of your children and spouse, so it is best to prep them thoroughly as soon as you can. Even when children are very small, it is wise to teach them what to do if they're in need of help. Savannah's parents had explained to her when she was very small that if she or someone else needed help, that she should go to the nearest trustworthy adult. But on that night, the only adult around was Savannah's dad, and he was the one in need of help. Thankfully, Savannah knew that calling 911 would bring others to help. Savannah hurried to the phone and dialed 911. Quickly, the operators put her through to the correct service. Soon, she was talking to Jason Bonham. Jason was shocked at how young Savannah was, and he knew he needed to help the little girl make it through the scary event. Jason's first task was to find out from Savannah what her dad's symptoms were. Savannah, as stunningly level-headed as always, managed to ask her dad what was wrong, and he was able to communicate to her that he was having heart pains, as well as trouble breathing. In the recording of the call that has now gone viral, Jason reassures Savannah that help is on the way. The sweet little girl relays the information to her dad, keeping him updated during this scary moment. However, Jason quickly needed to calm her down when a worrying thought occurred to her. Savannah suddenly becomes worried if it's all right for her and her dad to be in their pajamas with company en route. Wanting to be polite and mannerly, she decides to go to her room to change into something more suitable. However, Jason quickly informs her that it's vital she stays with her father until help arrives. Despite being so young, Savannah understands and dutifully does as Jason tells her. Seeing a parent in pain and distress would be an upsetting experience for anyone. But at the time of the call, Savannah was only 5. It would be easy for the situation to become overwhelming, and so Jason knew he needed to help keep the little girl in her current state of calm. In the video of the call, you can hear Savannah and Jason get to know one another a little bit. Jason managed to find a balance between keeping the little girl calm and chatty, but also continuing to monitor her dad's state of health. As part of chit-chat, Savannah introduced Jason to her dog Lulu, much to everyone's delight. Savannah remained on the phone with Jason for almost 10 minutes while paramedics raced to the house. Savannah bravely kept Jason up to date on her dad's condition, while Jason supported her through the scary situation. Soon the emergency services arrived and Savannah's dad was whisked away to the hospital. One of the paramedics, who preferred to remain anonymous, stayed with Savannah, knowing the girl needed someone with her until her mother could be contacted. Similar to Jason, she was impressed with the little girl's composure and charming personality. Later, Jason said he was left impressed by how calm Savannah remained, despite a terrifying situation. Jason was finally able to hang up the call, leaving Savannah in the capable hands of the paramedics. But he couldn't stop wondering how the story had ended. Savannah was the bravest little 5-year-old he'd ever interacted with. We can't imagine how terrible it must be when someone close to you gets sick. Thankfully, little Savannah didn't have to deal with the situation totally alone. Jason, and then the paramedics, were with her every step of the way. Savannah was incredibly brave, but the emergency services showed themselves to be heroes, responding to hundreds of calls like Savannah's every day. Ambulance services are there for people experiencing the worst moments of their lives. Dispatch operators, drivers, paramedics, and hospital staff learn to stay calm during times when others are panicking. Thanks to Jason, little Savannah was able to help her dad and was only responsible for him for 10 minutes until the paramedics arrived. Perhaps find a way to support your local ambulance and paramedic services. One day, you might need them like Savannah and her dad did. As soon as Savannah's mother was informed about her husband being in hospital, she rushed back from her business trip to be there for her husband and daughter. Fortunately, everything turned out just fine for Savannah's dad, thanks in large part to her articulate and level-headed nature. Savannah's dad made a full recovery, and now tells everyone about how his daughter's quick thinking saved his life. The experience didn't leave Savannah with any fears or worries, and she's just happy to have her dad home. But the whole family feels safer knowing that if anything bad happens, Savannah will be there to help save the day again. Savannah's story is just one shining example of how incredible children can be when faced with unexpected challenges. All around the world, young minds continue to amaze us with their awareness, empathy, and ability to act with wisdom beyond their years. When given the right tools, guidance, and trust, children are capable of extraordinary things. Savannah may have saved the day for her family, but her story is a tribute to the strength and intelligence that lives in every child, and a reminder to never underestimate what even the youngest among us can do in a moment of need. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and ring the notifications bell so you never miss amazing tales like this one.